Today's weapon system video is on the T55. We'll be doing an in-depth analysis on the fire control system and how to properly utilize this weapon system in GHPC. We will be conducting an offensive operation where we've identified an Imperialist M60 platoon that is currently in a defensive position on a hillside. We'll be assaulting upwards up a hillside in a disadvantaged position, but we'll have numerical superiority and our 100mm cannons should easily eliminate them. So without further ado, let's dive into this in-depth guide. Alright, now we're going to go over the fire control systems that are in the T55A. This should be fairly quick. It's mainly just a gun sight. The only thing that separates this system from a World War II tank is its stabilizers. So if we hit that shift key, we find ourselves looking down the gun sights of this 100mm cannon, and we are going to engage these targets that are downrange. The system is fairly simple to understand. As you can see, there's a small graph in the lower right hand corner. That's how you range your targets. It has a 400-meter interval. So as you can see, it starts at MB. Don't know what that means, but it goes up to 16, 20, 2000, 2400, 2800. So if we range this target at around 900, 800, 900 meters, so MB would be like maybe 800, then 1200, then 1600. So it looks to be around 800 meters out, a little more, a little less. And then we're going to go over our different weapon systems that are in this. So we're going to bring our sight onto that tank that we've currently ranged at around 800, 900 meters. We're currently ranged at 0. If you look in the lower right-hand corner below the word stabilizers, you can see we are at 0 meters. Now we're going to talk about the different weapon systems or ammunition types that are in the T55A. As you can see, it's all, I believe, in Soviet or Russian. So from left to right, it will be high explosives, and I'll upload an image for this. So it's going to be high explosive, armor-piercing, high explosive anti-tank, the machine gun, which is the second one from the right, and the very last one on the right-hand side is going to be your sabos. So let's say we currently... Okay, everyone, I wanted to put a brief pause in there because this is the graph that I was talking about. I don't know if I mentioned it, but go ahead and pause the video right here. It's going to allow you to understand the next section a lot better when it comes up. All right. Currently have high explosive anti-tank loaded. That's going to be the middle one. So I'm just going to drag this over right here just for no reason. This is our high explosive anti-tank that we're currently ranging. So if we bring this target up, this is our reticle, and we say 800, 900 meters, goes in 100. We'll stop at 900 right there. As you can see, our sabos are currently ranged for 2400 if you look all the way to the right, but our high explosive anti-tank are currently at 900 meters, and everything else is currently the same. What we want to do next is we want to load up our armor. No, we want to load up our sabos after this round, and I want you to watch that right reticle, that far right one, and watch what it does. So let's put a round down range. All right, hit the target. He's loading up. Now watch that reticle. It's automatically, when you switch that ammo type, going to range it for the ammunition type that you have set up. So right now, it currently took our sabos, ranged them at 900 meters. So we need to readjust our sight, as you saw. Now let's do that, show you that one more time. I believe the high explosives have the most. So let's go. Next one we want to load up is going to be high explosive. So you're going to watch the far one on the right once we put this round down range. All right, rounds down range, good hit. Watch the sight on the far left. And now it's adjusted our main sight reticle. Our high explosive is now ranged at 900 meters. And as you can see, our sight moved, so we need to readjust it and put it on this enemy target again. And it's going to put a high explosive round down range. Just like that. And it's going to load another high explosive because I'm not switching ammunition types. Next, we're going to switch to our machine gun. As you can see, it's already adjusted the sight for that 7.62. We're going to put a few rounds down range on this target. Just like that. Falling maybe a little short. We could go up a little bit. Well, that's perfectly fine. It's mostly just for demonstration purposes. But that is how you would switch to your machine gun. We'll hit the brackets to bring it back up. And one thing you'll make note of is there's no laser designator on this machine, on this T55. So we are using the page up and page down key to designate targets with this. And there's also no lead compensation with this weapon system. So let's say we're tracking this target right here. It's moving. If we were in the M60 or the M1, put a round down range, it's solidly going to miss. So you're going to have to use some knowledge of how fast it's moving. You can calculate it, make a good guess. Almost. We're also ranged a bit short. We're going to increase the range, and We're absolutely terrible at hitting a moving target. So that is basically the T-55 in a nutshell. 100 millimeter cannon with a manual sight. It also has obviously a light sight illumination with the I key. It also has night vision with the T key. And just like with our other video, most Soviet systems are going to need you to activate the IR light, the gunner spotlight. But that's not going to work because we're currently on a day map. So if you really wanted to see this weapon system in effect, you would need to be on a night map. So now we're going to go and we're going to show off the T-55 in battle. All right, see you there. All right, now it's time to conduct combat operations in the T-55. And in order to do this, we're assaulting an Imperialist platoon that's taking a defensive position up on this hillside. So our platoon of T-55s are great in number, but we are facing a more technologically advanced enemy. So M60s armed with fire control systems. So they can shoot us on the move quite easily. They can lead dump. And we are at their mercy because we are also assaulting them. So we are expecting to take casualties. So the first couple shots of this round are going to be a bit scary. So let's hit the shift key and then we're going to pre-range our weapon system to around 900 meters. We're going to hit shift again. We have high explosive anti-tanks currently in chamber. And I'm excited to show you this weapon system in action. We have a whole bunch of T-55s charging up this hill, a common theme in Gunner GHPC. Currently surveying the hillside. Mortars do begin to fall on that enemy position. They are a defensive line. So we've identified the first structure as you saw out there. It looks like a little fortified position. And we've come across T-50 or M60s over on the right hand side, I believe. Holding shift. Thought I identified them. Those are just trees though. I am no arborist. Hard to tell. Continuing to sweep. Getting quite close, uncomfortably close, honestly, because now we are well within 1,000 meters. All right, and we are engaged. Power lost, hitting the command key, getting out of that position, ranging our gun to 900 meters, seeing if we can identify any targets. Unfortunately, there is a hillside, so they are shooting. They are in a position of power, so we do need to navigate this quite carefully. All right, what looks like one M60 began to cook off. Wingman is down, scanning the horizon, continuing to move up. T-55 identified, or M60, right there. Turret, round out. Continuing to move forward, shoot, jockey. That is the end of the mission. Why does it keep doing that? All right, everyone, it's time to conduct combat operations in the T-55 in this fairly short mission. We're going to hit the page up, page down key to range our fire control system to around 900 meters. We have several platoons of T-55s advancing up this ridgeline, currently engaging enemy and Imperialist M60s. We should easily be able to challenge this. We are going to take casualties because we are attacking from a position of weakness while they are in a position of power. As you can see, we do have artillery that should be fallen momentarily. That's really going to suppress them. Hopefully the smoke does disrupt their fire control system somewhat, but I am a bit concerned as I move up this hillside. They do have us ranged, and ideally they are expecting this attack because they are in a fortified position. So we're going to be quite cautious as we approach this. We don't want to be the number one man on it. We have high explosive anti-tank in chamber right now, and our artillery begins to hit their position. If we can get up there in time, we should be able to engage some hostiles, but I believe it's going to be quite challenging, especially coming from this route. I'm not the biggest fan of it, so we're going to continue to march forward. All right, we're going to take a look to our right. Our T-55s are lagging a bit, so we are going to be the first ones on scene, which is going to be a bit hairy, considering there's several M60s in this position, so we don't really want to just... All right, as you can see, we've identified them. I don't think we can engage these units in their top targets, and he's already putting rounds downrange. We are ranged way too high, shortening that to around 500 meters. He's still currently trying to engage us, continuing to reload. Fantastic. Was 500 meters. He is cooking off, and we just lost power, but we should still be able to unit lost. Unfortunate. All right, ranging to 500 meters on our next tank. 500, 600. There is a unit up there. We're going to move, shift, continue to sweep, identify any hostiles. Fire is going off. Units are engaging that. There is more artillery falling on this position. Currently do not identify. Is that... Thought I identified an enemy M60. Continuing to move up this hill and conduct offensive maneuvers via moving in a straight line. No real cover in this open field, attacking a fortified position. All right, first tank identified. Shot still coming from the left-hand side. Looks like our friendly T-55 engaged it and instantly eliminated that. All right, moving up, moving up. T-55 identified as we crest. Another T-55 in the distance. This is the end of the scenario. We cannot lower our T-55 cannon anymore. Explosions cooking off. T-55 have secured this area, and we are successful in our operation. Currently, no one enemy casualty. Was that us or one friendly casualty? Hitting the N key to observe this AAR. Like it was another round straight through that gunner. Oh my God, is that the loader? That's someone. Either way, they're not anyone anymore. All right, continuing to look. This is the round we took. It looks like they instantly returned the favor for us. All right, we put a round through their guy. They put a round through our guy. All right, instantly lost power. All right, this unit looks like he was on the run and took a round to the side. All right, this T-55 got taken out. Solid flank shot from that position over there on the right-hand side. From this T-55 that's behind a fence in cover, hitting the F key. All right, looks like another T-55 successfully put a round right through their turret. And that's honestly what we're expecting. See how we're approaching downhill or from a downhill position? All our rounds are going to go into that main turret. So we're not going... That's what we should have been looking for when we were attacking this position, is not so much the tanks, but the turrets and seeing what we can identify. And that's instantly what we did, and we adapted to the situation. And thus that made us successful in this assault. Although we did lose one casualty, we are taking on a far superior enemy, although not numerically, technologically, which can be a great equalizer in combat. So even though they had that fire control system, they weren't able to utilize it from especially a stationary position, at least from our assault. So we instantly engaged them, instantly destroyed them, and we secured this village for our continued assault. That's it, guys. Peace out.